Okay, everybody, what is up? This is Flick of Love at 2000. This is Flick of Love at 2000. This is Flick of Love at 2000, and I have a very special surprise for all of you Arthur fans out there. Now, here are the rules. I am going to start a Q&A for anything Arthur related. So, here are some rules. No vulgar comments, no inappropriate language, and feel free to ask me anything as long as it's not personal. And to add the fun on that, I'm also going to play with this special Waterfall toy filled with many PBS Kids logos on it and many different parts of it. Of those logos. On the top left, you see part of the PBS Kids Dash transformation bumper with Dash in robot form. On the top right, you see part of the PBS Kids logo with the PBS Kids. Alright. Now, on the top left, you see part of the PBS Kids Dash transformation bumper with Dash in robot form. On the top right, you see part of the PBS Kids Dot transformation bumper with Dot in astronaut form. In the middle left, you see part of the PBS Kids logo with Dash to Boy Thinking. On the middle right, you see part of the PBS Kids logo with Dot to Go running up to the screen. And on the bottom left, on the bottom left, you see part of the PBS Kids Fishbowl bumper with Dash the Boy in the orange goldfish form. And on the bottom right, you see part of the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper with Dot the Girl holding the snow globe. Hey, Jeremy Barton, come on in. This is all set for you. Now, I like to be very creative and come up with ideas when playing with this Waterfall toy. You see, there are 4 different balls with 4 different colors. Red, yellow, green, and blue. You know what the balls would indicate depending on the color? Thanks. You know what the balls would... Alright. So, the different red, yellow, green, and blue, those would indicate 2 different television shows playing. For example, the red balls mean that Clifford the Big Red Dog or Clifford's Puppy Days is on. The yellow balls indicate Arthur, mean that Clifford the Big Red Dog or Clifford's Puppy Days is on. The yellow balls indicate Arthur or Caillou being on. The green balls indicate Sesame Street or Dragon Tales being on. And the blue balls indicate Thomas and Friends or JG the Jet Plane being on. And yellow would be Arthur or Caillou. So, what do you think? Any questions regarding anything Arthur related? So what's your first question going to be, Jeremy? To be honest, there are a whole bunch of Arthur episodes I remember seeing. Like the first episode I've recorded, like the first Arthur episode I've watched, in its entirety, in 2009 was Elwood City Turns 100. And you want to know what colored background in the season 7 funding Elwood City Turns 100 had? Yep, purple. Yep, Elwood City Turns 100 had the purple background on it. Now, for the season 7 episodes, I'd say for the season 7 episodes, there existed either a purple or the green background. So, the episodes with the green background, I remembered, I recorded those Arthur episodes back in 2009, so the PBS Kids Go logos followed the purple background or the green one. I'm assuming before the PBS Kids Go block started, I know that the green background originally was followed by the PBS Kids Fishbowl bumper, and I think the purple one was followed by the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper, if I'm not mistaken. Gaming Kenny Scooby Trick or Trick Narcotic. Hello! How are you? I'm also taking requests for which voice impressions of Arthur characters you want me to do first. If you have a request for a voice from an Arthur character you want me to do, go ahead. Alright, I'm doing great myself. So, let's start this match. Oh, really? I did not see the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper when I was a kid back in 2003 when I was watching Arthur at that time, at least to my knowledge. But what about you? I could be wrong if it did appear. I just may not have seen it when I was watching Arthur, but did you actually see the Snow Globe bumper during the PBS Kids era before the Go Block started? Alright, so we started the match. The yellow ball landed at the PBS Kids Fishbowl bumper, so that was taken at the end of Arthur. I did see the PBS Kids Fishbowl bumper on television when I was watching Arthur. The blue one landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking, so taken at the end of Thomas and Friends. And the green ball landed at the PBS Kids logo of Dr. Girl running up to the screen, taken at the end of Dragon Tales. Now, the blue ball moved to the Dash transformation bumper, taken at the end of Thomas and Friends. And a green ball landed at PBS Kids Dot transformation bumper, taken at the end of Sesame Street, but now it has moved to the Snow Globe one. So I'm assuming one episode followed, and then it turned into another episode of Sesame Street. And Jeremy, which Arthur episodes from season 7 did you see that had the purple background besides Elwood City Turns 100? Oh, I think, France, Alright. Do you mind if I tell you what Arthur episodes I saw? with the purple background. Alright, so the Arthur episodes I saw with the purple background of the Season 7 funding, of course, was Elwood City Turns 100, and the Arthur episodes The World of Tomorrow and Is There a Doctor in the House also had the purple background in the Season 7 funding. And I know the DVD VHS Collector 2005 told me that Francine's Split Decision and Muffy Goes Metropolitan had the purple background. Alright. Now, which Arthur episodes did you see with the Dash transformation bumper? Because I've seen the Dash transformation bumper on Arthur back in 2003. Hi, the DVD VHS Collector 2005. Could you please let JordanB03 know that he's invited to join the stream if he wants to? Okay. While we're waiting for more questions, let's continue. Now, 2 red balls landed in 2 different places. One red ball landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl running up to the screen, taken at the end of Clifford the Big Red Dog. And another one landed at the PBS Kids Dot transformation bumper, also taken at the end of Clifford the Big Red Dog. Jeremy Barton, do you know what the difference is between the snow globe and the fishbowl bumpers are? Because I know they're pretty identical to one another. Sure, what does it close with? Arthur's Club rules. Oh, hi, Joseph. And now another red ball landed at the PBS Kids Dot transformation bumper, taken at the end of... There was another red ball that landed at the PBS Kids Dot transformation bumper, taken at the end of Clifford the Big Red Dog as well. The green one landed at the PBS Kids logo of Dash the Boy Thinking, taken at the end of Dragon Tales. And another green ball landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl running up to the screen, taken at the end of Dragon Tales. Jeremy Barton, one question. Could you please... Oh, the website bumper from 2005, end credits from Season 6 with the Techno remix, but with the 2004 copyright. It has the Chuck E. Cheese's Avenger Chuck commercial, and it goes straight to the Kiddo commercial. And then it has the Sony Wonder Online bumper. I don't know why. After May 10th of 2005, which was the last time they used PBS Kids logos on those Arthur DVDs, they no longer use them beginning on June 14th, 2005. Now, do you know what's strange about the 2004 DVD releases of Arthur? What is very strange about the 2004 DVD releases? What is strange about the 2004 DVD releases of Arthur is that on some of the 2004 Arthur DVD releases, like Arthur's Pet Follies, Arthur Makes the Team, Arthur's New Puppy, Arthur's Music Medley, and Arthur's Chicken Pox, is that they all have Teddy Grahams sponsored on the back cover, but they include the Post Alphabets commercial on screen. Alright, the closing to Arthur's First Sleepover has the last few seconds of Water and the Brain, and then the Arthur Online Local Library promo from 2001 to 2003, and then the end credits from Season 2, and then the Arthur Funding, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, but then the Arthur Funding appears again. Then the Teddy Grahams commercial, then the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, then the Arthur Funding from Season 7 through 8 with the green background. I call it the checkered green grass background. JordanB03 calls it the grassy green squared background. And Eda DVD VHS Collector 2005 calls it the green grass background. And then it has the PBS Kids Dash transformation bumper, with Dash transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And then it goes to the Kideo commercial, then the Sony Wonder Online bumper and the DVD menu. Okay, what's strange about the 2004 releases is that the releases of Arthur's Pet Follies, Arthur Makes the Team, Arthur's New Puppy, Arthur's Music Medley, and Arthur's Chicken Pox, is that these all have Teddy Grahams sponsored on the back, but they actually include the Post Alphabets commercial. And most of the Arthur DVDs with Teddy Grahams incorrectly sponsored in the back cover have the Dash transformation bumper. But Arthur's Pet Follies has the Dot transformation bumper, and it's the only release. Oh, really? That's so cool. Eda DVD VHS Collector 2005. I think they forgot to show the Teddy Grahams commercial after the Juicy. I think they forgot to show the Teddy Grahams commercial first on Arthur's First Sleepover. I think that's why they showed it twice. And Jeremy Barton, can you tell me something about Arthur's disaster stories? I know you wrote that out. Okay, so while we're waiting for more questions, so Eda DVD VHS Collector 2005. Um, wow. The DVD and VHS will have the PBS Kids logo with the kids in the logo with blue dots in the white background, with the original audio at the end after the green background. Probably the snow globe one. JordanB03 said that the snow globe one did follow the purple background. Without further ado, we're going to continue. Oh, can you please tell me the episodes and opening and closing to your DVD ID of Arthur's Substitute Teacher Trouble from November 23rd of 2004, distributed by Sony Wonder? Alright. No, they're gonna make new episodes. Alright. Now, 2 blue balls landed in 2 different places. One landed at the PBS Kids dot transformation bumper taken at the end of Arthur, and another yellow ball landed at the PBS Kids snow globe bumper, also taken at the end of Arthur. And the blue ball landed at the PBS Kids logo of Dash the Boy Thinking, taken at the end of Thomas and Friends. Alright. Now it's just a yellow. Alright. And now the red ball landed. Now 2 red balls landed in 2 different places. One landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking, taken at the end of Clifford the Big Red Dog, and another one landed at the PBS Kids Fishbowl bumper, taken at the end of Clifford's Puppy Days. Now, Jeremy Barton. What PBS Kids logos did you see on JG the Jet Plane and JG's Mysteries, if you've seen them? Wow. Oh, really? Sure, go ahead. I'll explain them. First, we're going to explain the 2 1999 ones, the first 2. The very first PBS Kids System Cube that came out the very first PBS Kids System Cube that came out was the Dash one. And the one with Dash starts off with a close-up of Dash's eye, and then it zooms out, revealing that it is Dash the boy. Then he points his finger in the head like this, and then scratches it like this. And then goes doink, and then the circle zooms out, and a white thought bubble forms with the letters PBS on it. And it has a pink and white vertical stripe background in the Dash bumper at the end, while the dot bumper starts with Dot running from a faraway angle and getting closer and closer and closer to the screen, and presses her fingers against it. And then in the Dot bumper, after Dot presses his after Dot presses her fingers against the screen in the Dot bumper, Dot would go to the right side and then go to the other side and smile. And then the circle would zoom out like before. The thought bubbles would form the letters PBS, and it would have a striped background, but this time on the Dot bumper it has a multicolored background with pink, yellow, and blue stripes, and green stripes too. And now, onto the 2000 bumpers, also known as the transformation. Now we're going to move on to the 2000 PBS Kids logos, also known as the transformation ones. There's dash transformation and dot transformation, both of which can be seen on DVD releases of Arthur, depending on the DVD release. So, first off, the dash transformation bumper starts with Dash the boy, who is at first a caveman, and then he transforms into a scuba diver, and then to a robot. And then Dash would grab the letters PBS with robot-like arms, and then turn into the PBS Kids logo with Dash's face on it, with a pale spring bud background with dark blue bubbles wobbling and shaking. And the Dot transformation bumper, on the other hand, starts with Dot the girl, who is at first a tiger, then she transforms into an octopus, and then to an astronaut, and then Dot floats up to the moon slightly and goes, "Joy?" and smiles, and then it turns into the PBS Kids logo with Dot's face being shown on it, with a dark blue background with a bunch of stars in the sky. And now, on to the 2002 PBS Kids logos that were shown and animated at Primal Screen. The first two. Alright. There's the fishbowl and the snow globe one. We'll start with the fishbowl. So, the 2002 PBS Kids fishbowl bumper starts with Dash, the boy, looking into the PBS Kids. Alright. The 2002 PBS Kids fishbowl bumper starts with Dash the boy looking into the fishbowl, and then he comes close to the fishbowl, and then imagines himself being an orange goldfish, and then he gets swallowed by Dot as a green fish. And then after Dash gets swallowed, it goes into bubbles transition to the PBS Kids logo with Dot's face on it, with a turquoise watery background with white bubbles floating upward. And last but not least, the PBS Kids snow globe bumper, in which this PBS Kids snow globe bumper starts off with Dash the boy ice skating in a snow globe, Dash the boy ice skating, and then he feels the camera shaking. And then the camera zooms out. He feels the ground shaking, and then the camera zooms out to reveal that Dash is inside a snow globe, which Dot the girl holds. Notice that she has powdery blue skin in that bumper instead of the regular lime green one. And then it goes into, and then the snow transitions to Dot's PBS Kids logo being shown on a powdery blue winter-like background. the season 9 episodes of Arthur I watched, I've only watched 2 of them, unfortunately. They were Arthur Weighs In and The Law of the Jungle Gym, along with Binky Goes Nuts and Breezy Listening Blues, of the ones that I recorded. Alright. Here we go. Now the red ball landed at the PBS Kids dash transformation bumper taken at the end of Clifford the Big Red Dog. And now it's left and moved to the dot bumper taken at the end of Clifford the Big Red Dog. And the blue one landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl running up to the screen taken at the end of JG the Jet Plane. And the green ball landed at the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper taken at the end of Sesame Street. It had the purple. Binky Goes Nuts and Breezy Listening Blues had the purple. And now the green ball landed at the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper taken at the end of Sesame Street. Along with another one landing at the fishbowl bumper taken at the end of Sesame Street as well. Alright, so. And Arthur Weighs In and The Law of the Jungle Gym, believe it or not, I actually saw the green background in the season 9 funding on TV airings of Arthur Weighs In and The Law of the Jungle Gym. I believe it was the hopscotch one. And what Arthur episodes from season 7 did you see besides April 9th and Elwood City Turns 100? The Bubbles. Oh yeah. There were prototype versions of the PBS Kids Fishbowl and Snow Globe bumpers seen on Jakers, The Adventures of Piggly Winks. Now, I watched Jakers and I saw the PBS. I was watching Jakers as a little kid, and after the credits, it had the PBS Kids Fishbowl bumper. So, the differences in the version shown on Jakers is, the version shown on Jakers of the fishbowl bumper, the camera is zoomed out slightly. Dash is the orange goldfish, is slightly off the screen a little bit. It's more in widescreen. And it also has the word kids added at the bottom. Oh, really? You saw the Fishbowl and Snow Globe ones on Barney and Friends? Which ones did you see at the end of Clifford's Puppy Days? I know it was the regular versions. But which PBS Kids logos did you see on Clifford's Puppy Days, besides Dot Transformation, Fishbowl, and Snow Globe? Did you actually see the Dash Transformation bumper on Clifford's Puppy Days? Alright. So, on the PBS Kids, there existed prototype versions of the fishbowl and snow globe bumpers on Jakers. Existed the prototype versions of the fishbowl and snow globe bumpers on Jakers. But when I was watching Jakers on television as a little kid, it had the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper on it. As the prototype PBS Kids fishbowl bumper is similar to the regular one, but in the prototype version of the fishbowl bumper, the camera is zoomed out slightly. Dash, being the orange goldfish, is slightly off the screen. It's more in widescreen, and the word kids is at the bottom. And those are the differences between that. Now, the prototype version of the snow globe bumper looks significantly different than the regular version. The animation of the snow is completely different. The animation of the characters are different. The ice skating place looks different. And when the camera zooms out, a Dot is looking down instead of compared to the regular version where she looks right at the viewer. And the blue background is dark purple. Yeah, for the prototype one. And the snowflakes are bigger and brighter in the prototype one. And it does not snow in the background when the camera... And it does not snow in the background in the prototype version when the camera zooms out to reveal Dash inside the snow globe, compared to the regular version where it does snow. And the trees look completely different too. And the word kids is at the bottom of the logo in that version too. And so, strangely, Dot has fingers in the prototype version. Alright. Now, would any of you guys like to hear my impressions of Arthur characters? I like them both equally, but I like the regular versions a lot more. As for the snow globe one, I prefer the regular. And Jeremy, which PBS Kids logos did you see at the end of Booba? That's what I just said when I explained the prototype version of the snow globe bumper. Alright. Now, the yellow ball landed at the PBS Kids Dash transformation bumper, taken at the end of Arthur. The red one landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking, taken at the end of Clifford the Big Red Dog. And the blue ball landed at the PBS Kids Dot logo with Dot the Girl running up to the screen, taken at the end of JG the Jet Plane. No, none of the June 14th, 2005 releases had the 2005 website bumper. And now, the green ball and the red ball both landed at the PBS Kids Fishbowl bumper, taken at the end of Clifford's Puppy Days in Sesame Street. And the yellow ball landed at the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper, taken at the end of Arthur. And now, the yellow ball landed at the PBS Kids logo of Dash the Boy Thinking, taken at the end of Caillou. And another blue ball landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl running up to the screen, taken at the end of JG the Jet Plane. Oh yeah! On VHS and DVD releases of PBS Kids shows that Warner Brothers and Paramount released, there existed kids' video versions of the Dr. Girl running up to the screen and Dash thinking bumpers. On some releases, the PBS Kids video logo with Dash the Boy thinking had the dot audio apparently on some of the releases. Others had the correct audio for the Dash bumper. It was the Bubbles one. It was the PBS Kids Go Bubbles bumper on the Law of the Jungle Gym that I saw. Now the red ball landed at the PBS Kids Dash transformation bumper, taken at the end of Clifford the Big Red Dog. And the yellow ball landed at the PBS Kids Dot transformation bumper, taken at the end of Arthur. Oh yeah, there existed a rare version. It came between summer and fall of 2004 before the Go Block started. And now the yellow ball landed at the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper, taken at the end of Arthur. Oh yeah, I recorded Arthur Weighs in the Law of the Jungle Gym back in like 2011 or something, so I saw the Bubbles bumper there when I recorded that. Alright. Now, 2 green balls landed in 2 different places. One landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking, taken at the end of Dragon Tales, and another landed at the PBS Kids Dash transformation bumper, taken at the end of Sesame Street. Alright. On Arthur and the Big Riddle, DVD release from February 1st, 2005, on the DVD of Arthur and the Big Riddle from February 1st of 2005, it had an abridged version of the Dash transformation bumper that just started at the part with Dash in robot form. Alright, now the green ball landed at the PBS Kids Dot transformation bumper, taken at the end of Sesame Street. Which did you notice that there was that you said there was a Clifford's Puppy Days episode that had the Dot transformation bumper with Dash transformation audio? Hold on a second, guys. I almost sneezed, but it disappeared. Now, which PBS Kids logos did you see on Dragon Tales, Jeremy? Yeah. Now that you mention it, I've done the closing to Arthur's Got Talent with the abridged version of the dot transformation. Arthur gets lost, probably. Arthur's family vacation, probably. Which Dragon Tales episodes did you see with the dash bumper on it? My ratings on Arthur were, the first 6 seasons were excellent. Seasons 7 through 8 were very good. Seasons 9 through 10 were decent. Season 11 onwards was when Arthur started to go downhill, in my opinion. Or actually, seasons 9 through 11 were decent. Season 12 onwards was when Arthur started to go downhill. Because they took away the old backgrounds in the credits. Yeah, but there's way too many to talk about, so... Alright. Now the green ball landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dr. Girl running up to the screen, taking at the end of Dragon Tales. And another green ball landed at the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper, taking at the end of Sesame Street. And another green ball landed at the PBS Kids Dash transformation bumper, taking the end of Sesame Street as well. And the blue ball landed at the PBS Kids logo and the blue ball landed at the PBS Kids dot transformation bumper, taking at the end of Thomas and Friends. And the yellow ball landed at the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper, taken at the end of Arthur. Yeah, but wouldn't it be interesting? Wouldn't it be interesting if they actually made a show on PBS Kids starring VeggieTales characters when they were much younger? Yeah. Especially due to the fact that some of the original actors were gone, like Patricia Rodriguez, and Mark Rendell, and they have stopped acting after season 8. Arthur's Perfect Christmas was very good. I have not seen the entirety of Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll, so I can't really tell you the rating on that until I've seen the whole thing. Hey, E, the DVD VHS Collector 2005. you should see this. Do you know what these instruments are? Do any of you guys know what these instruments are called? I know these are drums, but do you know what type of drums these are? I'll give you a hint. These drums, they start with the letter B. And they make very cool sounds like this. E to DVD VHS Collector 2005. Do you know what these instruments are called? Oh yeah, they're bongos. Bongos. Bongo drums, yeah. These are the bongos. I'm not sure I have. Did you know that I can play many musical instruments besides bongos? Alright. Back to the topic of Arthur. So, I'm going to start doing Arthur voice impressions. Which one would you like to hear first? E to DVD VHS Collector 2005, Jeremy Barton. The season 10 episodes I've watched were Binky versus Binky, Operation DW, Do You Speak George, Word Girls, and What's Cooking in Buster's Special Delivery. Alright, back to the game. Now two green balls landed in two different places. One landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking, taken at the end of Dragon Tales. and another landed at the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper taken me on Sesame Street. All right, you ready to hear my impression? All right, so here's what my Arthur impression would sound like. Hi, I'm Arthur, and this is my nice dog pal. We go on fun walks together. Unfortunately, I also have a little pesky sister named DW, who is a big fan of Mary Mew Cow, which I don't like. I also have a good friend named Buster Baxter. He's my best friend. And I also have other friends like Francine and Muffy and the Brain. And Binky can sometimes be a bully, but other times he's a nice guy. The season 10 episodes, they had the pinkish white stripe, or the pinkish white diamond background, or the cheesy blue or Velveeta blue cheesy pizza background or something. Now, which Arthur impression would you like me to do next? Blue. Now, Jeremy, which Arthur DVD would you like to make next? Now, message retracted. I think it said Binky. Sure, I'll do my Binky impression next. You ready to hear it? Jeremy and Eda DVD VHS Collector 2005. Would you like to hear my Binky impression? Okay. Eda DVD VHS Collector 2005. You ready to hear my Binky impression? Alright. Here it goes. Hey! You can't pick on George. He's in my class. Only I can pick on him. George, do you want to give me the cupcake or wear the cupcake? You have till 3 to decide. 1, 2. Yep, those flames were spreading really fast. Yeah, and in season 4 as well. I'm going to continue the Binky impression. I want my mommy. I want my mommy. Do you remember that line from the Arthur episode, Waiting to Go? Oh, I just thought of something. Can it have the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper with the green background on Arthur's Fun with Water on there, Jeremy? Eat a DVD VHS Collector 2005. Jeremy, would you like to hear my Binky impression? Even though I've already done it. Alright. Do you want to give a quarter to the animal shelter? Or am I gonna snap pencils? I wanted Tina the talking Tabby! I wanted Tina for Christmas! I want Tina! How is that? Eat a DVD VHS Collector 2005. Would you like to hear my impression of Binky? Yeah, that's true. Dot is seen transforming in the background in the dash transformation. Alright, here's my Binky impression. Look, do you want to give a quarter to the animal shelter, or am I going to have to start snapping pencils? And do you want to give me the cupcake or wear the cupcake, George? You have till 3 to decide. 1, 2, scram! And are you ready to hear me act out a scene from as Binky in the Arthur episode Waiting to Go? Where Binky starts crying for her mom, well, for his mom. Great. All right. I want my mommy. I want my mommy. Oh, it was nice knowing your brain. How is that? Eat a DVD VHS Collector 2005. Oh, didn't Binky cry in the episode April 9th as well? Eat a DVD VHS Collector 2005? Because if so, I'm going to act it out or react it out. Do you? I can't go back there. I just can't. I keep on seeing flames and smoke in school. How is that? What was funny, Jeremy? Was it Binky crying, I want my mommy, or Binky crying about the fire? Now, so, which impression would you like to hear next? I know we've done Arthur and Binky. Which one would you like to do next? Buster? Which one would you like me to do next? Buster or the Brain? gone, 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 gone. Ah, wah, wah. How is that? Yeah. Sure. So, what were the episodes you thought of for... What were the episodes you thought of on the DVD of Arthur's Substitute Teacher Trouble from November 23rd of 2004? Released on April 6th of 2004. What were the episodes you thought of? Besides Arthur's Substitute Teacher Trouble being on there. Oh, yeah. And I didn't you say you wanted the Snow Globe logo's audio in the Dash Transformation logo on Arthur's Substitute Teacher Trouble? How about Dash in fish form? How about that? How about the spine using Dash in fish form on the spine of Arthur's Fun with Water? How about that, Jeremy? Now, isn't there an Arthur DVD you can think of that has the dot transformation bumper with the Snow Globe audio? Released on August 3rd of 2004? And so, I thought of the title. How about the DVD titled Arthur's Lucky Pencil having that? What would you think of that? Of the title being called Arthur's Lucky Pencil. No, I did not see the yellow background on television airings. I only saw it on this special DVD of Arthur Gets Along, released by Our Time Family Entertainment. Alright, let's continue the match. Shall we? Now the red ball landed at the PBS Kids. Now the red ball landed at the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper, taken at the end of... I don't think so. I think it was made especially for the DVD of Arthur Gets Along. As you can see, the red ball landed at the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper, taken at the end of Clifford's Puppy Days. The blue ball landed at the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper, taken at the end of Thomas and Friends. And the blue ball landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking, taken at the end of Thomas and Friends as well. And the yellow ball landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl running up to the screen, taken at the end of Arthur. I mean Caillou, excuse me. Yeah, that's why I decided maybe November 23rd, 2004 would have been a better release for Arthur Substitute Teacher Trouble if it had that rare girl announcer on there. And now the yellow ball landed at the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper, taken at the end of Arthur. Now the red ball landed at the PBS Kids Dash transformation bumper, taken at the end of Clifford the Big Red Dog. And now the blue ball landed at the PBS Kids. Now the blue ball landed at the PBS Kids Dot transformation bumper, taken at the end of Thomas and Friends. Oh, Dot. Alright. Dot is seen transforming in the Dash transformation logo in the background, and same goes with Dash in the Dot transformation bumper. And did any of you guys see a boy announcer version of the post alphabet spell the names that tell the world who we are commercial? All I heard of was the girl version. Was there ever a boy version of that commercial? So, would you like to hear what Arthur DVD would be a perfect one to use the Dot transformation bumper with the snow globe logo's audio? It would be the DVD of Arthur's Lucky Pencil. Now, what episodes would you put on there besides Arthur's Lucky Pencil if it had the Dot transformation bumper with the snow globe logo's audio? Cool. That's a great idea. Okay. Yes, it did. 2004 copyright on DW Rights again. The funding order for Arthur's Lucky Pencil would be, it would be the post alphabets tell the world who they are. Then it would have Chuck E. Cheese's Jungle Gym one. Then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. The end credits would be the season 7 version, actually. Okay. Now the green ball landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking, taken at the end of Dragon Tales. And now the green ball moved to the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper, taken at the end of Sesame Street. And the red ball landed at the PBS Kids snow globe bumper, taken at the end of Clifford's Puppy Days. And the blue ball landed at the PBS Kids logo with Dr. Girl running up to the screen, taken at the end of DJ the Jet Flame. JordanB03 answered that the Season 8 funding with the green and the yellow background both had the fishbowl bumper. It would be the Season 7 version of the funding with the purple background on there. E to DVD VHS Collector 2005. Do you want to know, do you want to put the rest of the Arthur episodes on there after Arthur's Lucky Pencil on the DVD of Arthur's Lucky Pencil? Because it has the Season 7 end credits on there. So, after Arthur's Lucky Pencil, there is Francine's Split Decision and after Arthur's Lucky Pencil, there's Francine's Split Decision, and after Arthur's Lucky Pencil, there is Francine's Split Decision, and then it would have Prunella Sees the Light being the last episode. What do you think? All right. Now, I wish they made an alternate version of the DVD of Arthur's Perfect Christmas. It would be the exact same as the original Sony Wonder DVD, but there's one thing that's going to be changed on there. No, I didn't forget. I already told you about this earlier. And what is your favorite episode of Arthur from Season 7? Is Elwood City Turns 100 your most favorite compared to April 9th, E to DVD VHS Collector 2005? Alright. Now the green ball landed at the PBS Kids Dash transformation bumper, taken at the end of Sesame Street. And two yellow balls landed in two different places. One of them landed at the PBS Kids Dot transformation bumper, taken at the end of Arthur. And another landed at the PBS Kids Fishbowl bumper, taken at the end of Arthur as well. And now a yellow ball landed at the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper, also taken at the end of Arthur. And now the green ball landed at the PBS Kids Fishbowl bumper, taken at the end of Sesame Street. Now the red ball landed at the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper, taken at the end of Clifford's puppy days. Don't you mean dot transformation? Dog transformation. That's actually a pretty hilarious comment. Here, do you mind if I tell you the list of the PBS Kids logos I saw the most in 2003? Okay, Eda DVD VHS Collector 2005. It's a long story. Now, back in 2003, I only saw the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper on Sesame Street. I only saw the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper on Sesame Street in 2003. So, it was the rarest one I have seen when I've watched TV. That goes to 6th place. 5th place has to be the Dash transformation bumper, because I only saw that on Arthur. 4th place has to be Dot transformation, because I saw on both Arthur and Clifford the Big Red Dog. But while Arthur had the correct audio in the Dot transformation bumper, the Clifford the Big Red Dog episode I've seen was a big help in the Trouble with Kittens back in 2003, and it had the Snow Globe logos audio playing over the Dot transformation bumper. And then 3rd place has to be the PBS Kids Fishbowl bumper, because I saw that on Arthur. I believe I saw it on Clifford the Big Red Dog, and I also saw it on Jakers, The Adventures of Piggly Winks. 2nd place has to be the one with the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking. I saw it on the one with Dash the Boy Thinking. I saw it on a whole bunch of shows like Dragon Tales and Clifford the Big Red Dog and Sesame Street and Barney and Friends and Teletubbies and Booba. Whole bunch of shows, actually. And Caillou and Sagwa. And the same thing applies for the Dot logo with Dot running up to the screen. That goes to 1st place. The one with Dot the Girl running up to the screen, I also saw on Dragon Tales and Clifford. I also saw on Dragon Tales and JJ the Jet. I saw the one with Dot the Girl running up to the screen, I saw on Dragon Tales as well. The one with Dot the Girl running up to the screen, I saw on Dragon Tales as well. I also saw it on JJ the Jet Plane and and Sagwa and Caillou probably and Zaboomafoo and Sagwa and Teletubbies and stuff like that. So I saw the one with Dot the Girl running up to the screen the most back in 2003. Did you know that? Oh, I actually do remember the Sesame Street episode that had the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper on it when I was watching it. You want to know what it was? No. The Sesame Street and Elmo's World DVDs and VHS releases, they do not have the PBS Kids logo at the end. Only the Arthur DVDs by Sony Wonder have the PBS Kids logos on them. Hey, Jeremy Barton, would you like to hear what Sesame Street episode I actually saw with the snow globe bumper in 2003? Wow. I don't think so, Jeremy. Alright, Jeremy, so the Sesame Street episode I saw in 2003 that had the PBS Kids snow globe bumper at the end was Sesame Street Season 34, Episode 4038, also known as Big Bird Writes a Story. But what I don't get was Episode 4038 had the Wild Animals episode of Elmo's World. Shouldn't they have chosen the books episode instead? Alright, which Arthur character impressions would you like me to do next? I've known we've done Arthur and Binky. Which one would you like to hear next? Buster or the Brain? Or George? Jeremy, which voice would you like me to do next? After Arthur and Binky, of course, Jeremy. Oh, you mean penguins? You mean, uh, you mean, you mean there were actually penguins in that Sesame Street episode where Big Bird wrote a story? Hey, Jeremy, what Arthur character impression would you like me to do next after Arthur and Binky? Alright, DW it is. Alright. Hi there. Mom, Arthur promised to play Confuse the Ghost with me, but he won't. Arthur, please share the TV with me. Please watch Fairy Moo Cow with me. How is that DW impression, Jeremy? Arthur, you are in big trouble. Alright, now, we've done Arthur, Binky, and DW so far. Yes, we've done the voices of Arthur, Binky, and DW so far. Would you like to hear my voice of Buster next, Jeremy? I already did DW, actually. we've done Arthur, Binky, and DW so far, so would you like me to do Buster next? Because DW, Binky, and Arthur are all done. Alright. Hey, Jeremy, would you like to hear my Buster impression? Yeah, I already saw it earlier. Alright. Without further ado, here comes my Buster impression. Alright. Hey, Arthur, you want to watch some Bionic Bunny with me? Or would you like to play outside with me and play tag with me? Arthur, aliens! Aliens, they're coming! Arthur, the aliens are coming! Arthur, stop it before the aliens come! Arthur, look! There's a comet right there! It's gonna destroy us! How is that as a nervous Buster impression? Oh, I'm sorry, Arthur. I'm sorry. I've broken the pencil. I'm doomed. I'll have no friends. Do you remember that part? Do you know where that scene was from? Where he acted? I've broken the pencil! I'm doomed! I'll have no friends! Wasn't that from Arthur's Lucky Pencil, Jeremy? Did you hear me Did you hear me reacting the part where Buster feels sorry about breaking Arthur's pencil? Alright. Here's my Mr. Ratburn impression, just for you, Jeremy. Good morning, class. Today, we are going to start with a little math quiz. Arthur, go sit with Buster. Binky, go sit with Francine. Muffy, go sit with the brain. And George, go sit with Sue Ellen. Did you just hear my Mr. Ratburn impression? Arthur, what did I tell you about bringing your phone in class? I'm sorry, Arthur, but that's it. You are not allowed to have the phone for a week in this class. 'Cause you broke the rules, Arthur. Okay, now I'm about to do the voice of George Lundgren. Ready to hear it? Definitely. I know, Joseph. I know. I already told you about this. Oh, and what did you think of me reacting as the voice of Buster when he accidentally broke Arthur's pencil and Arthur's lucky pencil? What did you think of my reenactment on that? All right. You ready to hear my George Lundgren impression from Arthur, Jeremy? As well as Wally, George's dummy? All right. Here's my George impression. Wally, I need your advice. Kids are finding out how much trouble I have reading and writing and stuff. Never cared this much myself. Horrible things, pencils. Have you ever seen how they're made? Pay attention, Wally. No one's gonna be my friend if they think I'm dumb. Oh, what should I do? That's a toughie. Let's pace. Well, you can't be the class clown again. Last time you did that, I ended up with that 4-year-old. Yuck, I can still taste the lipstick. Wait, I got it. Why don't you try being like Binky? He's not the sharpest crayon in the pack, but people really like him. Yep, I'll be tough and mean. Then, even if they think I'm dumb, they'll still respect me. Thanks, Wally. It's a flying machine based on one of Leonardo da Vinci's designs. He had ideas on how to build parachutes and submarines and all sorts of cool things. Of course, it doesn't really fly, but I can make the wings flap. Hey, it's moving. It works. It really works. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. How is that George impression? Oh, yeah, it was George's giraffe. Did you hear my Wally impression? All right, we're going to do one more impression, and then we're going to end the stream. Would you like to hear my impression of the brain, Jeremy? All right. Here comes my brain impression. Are you ready to hear it? Hear my impression of the brain, aka Alan Powers, aka the brain. I think so. But are you ready to hear my impression on Alan Powers, aka the brain? All right. Here comes my brain impression. Hey, you want to help me with the cloud project, Arthur? And according to my calculations, cumulonimbus clouds produce rain and sometimes snow. And according to my calculations, cumulonimbus clouds sometimes bring snow, but they mostly bring rain. And Buster, there will be no aliens on my script. There will be no aliens on my script. Because this is a historical musical, Buster. They have a responsibility to show events that really happened. But I did find some exciting things. Did you know that most of Elwood City used to be swampland, but filled with green-tailed greens? It's more significant than that, Francine. To truly understand, you have to go back to the beginning of the Jewish people, when Abraham and Sarah begat Isaac, who begat Jacob, who begat Joseph. All right. All right. There's just... Alright, and you'll keep keeping my secret, right? Because if my friends find out the reason I flunked kindergarten... Stop! Don't believe her! I'm not a crier! A crier! Someone was held back a year because he wasn't emotionally ready. That's what she told you, right? Excuse me a moment. How everyone knows. Yes, isn't it awful? It's true. Getting held back actually really helped me. Within a year, my nickname was the brain. Of course, now it's the esophagus, but... Great! You're coming to my house. Nope, just some good old-fashioned studying. You're gonna pass that test tomorrow. When I go to 4th grade next year, you're coming with me. Alright, that was all my impressions. And that's the end of the stream, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. That's the end of this. That was all my voice impressions of Arthur characters. That was all my voice impressions of Arthur characters. And that's the end of the stream, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Alright. That was all the impressions of the Arthur characters. And that's the end of the stream, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it.